What's up, guys? I've been doing some collecting of stuff and putting it in one place, so don't mind the mess. It was already a mess to start with, so don't think you're seeing something new just because there's a mess there. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to furnish this one off. This was a power box I built a couple of years ago, I suppose. Yeah, about 2024. And then I started using it here and there. And then I got the extra battery in my Jeep for the cooler. So I haven't used it out there as much. But I charged it up the other day. And then it just went right back down. 23 volts. Yeah, that's supposed to be, 26.5 or so. I'll turn this power inverter on and it turns the low voltage light on, but it still gives power out. So that's, I could use it for a little bit before they die all the way. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I've already been on the internet and looking at batteries, and I found some. I wanted to check something here. Yeah, see, it's already dropped another point. These meters will tell me what's going in. This one will, from my charge. This one tells me what's being taken out of it. And this is my charge port. And that comes from this plug, which comes from this power boost converter, which can go to solar power or to a battery with wires on it, or a charger. And it shows incoming and outgoing. This little screwdriver I built goes through the little holes to the little blue adjustment blocks, like you can see right there, with a little brass screw there. And that changes voltage and input and output, and I believe how many amps it'll let through. And this one's up to 1200 watts, this particular one. And don't slide down too far now. This little deal I put together, it's got a pen ink cartridge on there so I can fit right over the brass screw heads. Just an Allen head put into an aluminum deal here with a bunch of heat shrink and glue. I filled it in with glue. And it's just a little screwdriver, and this is an Allen tool that I've just shaved flat on the end to make a flat head. Works. So, yep. Anyway, there's that. And of course, I just run a wire to each one of these to charge it, or to run power through. And alright, inside of here I have two long riding mower batteries. So the ones that I'm going to replace it with will be twice the capacity and well, quite a bit lighter too, less weight. I just hope it's still enough to hold this thing down, so if I open the lid, it's still effective with the strings holding it on the sides. So, but it'll be a few weeks before I get batteries, and I'm going to finish straightening up inside of this place, this camper, so I have more area to work with things. I may change the charge controller, I don't know yet, to a newer one maybe, but that depends. I don't really need to. I guess I'll explain here what's going on. This is the main power relay. This is the relay that runs these two fans when it's being charged, just to keep things cool in here, because this warms up and that warms up, and the meter in the display that you see from the top warms up. So it's just to keep things cool while it's charging. And for these batteries, they'd be gassing off, you know, when they're almost charged all the way. And of course you'd want that to get circulated out of there instead of making a hydrogen bomb. So that's why I did that. These are voltage buck converters. Takes it down from 24 to 12 or for each fan. This is the temp control. So if it gets hot in here, it'll turn them on regardless of what's going on. And when I plug it in, they get power through this relay when it's being charged, regardless of what's going on, whether it's on or off. So they're just there for safety. And up under here, it was such a tedious and meticulous thing to do, slicing out all this plastic and out of the way to make it so I could pop these deals in here. This is good for 100 amps, as you can see, which you'll never ever need to do. But anyway, it was quite a process. I recommend buy one rather than trying to build one, you know, unless you really want a project to have fun doing, then go right ahead. But it just took a while to do all of it, you know. That that is one of the bolt heads I put out like a screw head, you know, it holds the power strip on the wall. That's what's holding the power block up above. Is that screw? I think it might. Where's the other one at? Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, two of them holding it. There, and there might be more, might be 3 or 4, I don't know. It took me a while to decide that. In fact, I spent almost a week designing that one situation to work, then another week doing everything else. It was just never was easy to do until the last bit of it, when I finally figured out a way to make it stay. I don't remember exactly what that was, but I did something to make this thing really stay put. So, yep. Pretty soon though, when I get new batteries, I've tracked down the ones I want. It's just a matter of getting them here now. So when I do that, I'll cut all of these out, and then you can watch me thread new ones through, which is not fun. You're going to get some laughs from that. And we'll also have to redesign this, because the mounts on the other batteries are flat rather than vertical. And you may have to do these a little differently. This I should be able to flip over if the wire will let me, but I may have to redo that one too, or at least unsolder and resolder the terminal on there properly. Just turn it, you know. And the same goes for that one probably, because when I shut this lid, it's got to slide down in that pocket there, see? So it's got to be at the right twist angle to do that, so it doesn't twist up the wrong way and hit the fan, which it will do. If this is turned at all, it'll go further into the fan than I want it to. So, got to make sure it doesn't do that. Yep. About $400 building this thing though, so if you're going to buy or build one, make sure you do what you want. Every time I use this, I wish it was 800 watt power inverter or better rather than a 600 watt. But it still starts a mini fridge or most electronics. I can run my stereo with it, my laptop, my desktop. Massagers for my back and neck and whatever I need to massage. It all can be used, plugged into the power inverter. And or into the cigarette lighter out in the vehicle if I want for a few of them. But I get sciatica, so I'm always well prepared to handle that with back massagers. And the main reason I want to have this thing in the Jeep with me and reliable is so if I need that back massager, it's ready to go. Because I can't do nothing when I get the sciatica until I get it numbed out. And then it goes away slowly. But a story for another day is I'm learning how to use my mind to erase the pain in a way. I can't explain it, but it seems to be the best way to look at it. Mind over matter, guys. Anyway, this has been a good stout power inverter made by Samlex. And if I was going to recommend something brand-wise, that would be it. Probably wouldn't even talk about anything else. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.